And welcome back to Breakthrough Trinidad and Tobago. Still the real Mark Anthony Peter, not AI. Still the real Sean Michael Small, not AI. Though sometimes he could. Anyway, I won't.
I mean, if we were both AI, that would prove nothing.
You're right. You're right. You just have to trust. You just have to trust at this point.
It's 2025. I think trust is very short with a lot of people.
That is very true. But no, trust what I'm saying. We are two real people, and we are joined by real artists on the Breakthrough table. All right? Please welcome Azaria Halls and Nyssa Bailey. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are y'all doing this morning?
Good. Excellent.
All right, nice. So, y'all are, it's very difficult. So, when you are a student at the Department of Creative and Festival Arts, one word does not really encapsulate what you do as a career. So I was about to say...
But perhaps, given the coursework and the scope...
For right now...
Exactly.
For right now, directors, Azaria Hall and Nyssa Bailey. So y'all are here to talk about your plays that are essentially being featured in the Theatre Unit's Festival of Plays. If we could just pull up that flyer really quickly. We have the Festival of Plays put on by the UE Department of Creative and Festival Arts, right? This is the New Directors Forum, and there are 4 plays happening across that entire weekend. 5. Oh my gosh, I can't count. 5 plays happening Friday the 21st of November to Sunday the 23rd of November at the Learning Resource Center at UE. And Nyssa is the director of Country Duppy on the 21st of November at 7 p.m. And Azaria is the director for Constellations, happening on Saturday the 22nd of November at 6 p.m. All right? So, Azaria, I'm going to start with you. Can you tell us, I'm going to get into what this Festival of Plays means, but let's start with your play. What is Constellations, and what can you tell us about the play?
Okay, Constellations is written by Nick Payne. It's a British play, and it tells about love. It's one relationship maxed in infinite possibilities. Mm-hmm. So it explores life, it explores love, it explores the aspect of control, the aspect of having a choice. So it follows 2 characters, Marian and Roland, and it examines how so many different things that you say can lead to so many different outcomes in their one relationship. And it also examines how life in itself isn't just about love, isn't just about niceness and all of those great qualities, but it also examines that life is also about tragedy and loss, and having appreciation and no regrets for the life that you have been given. In that sense, yes, it's a very beautiful play. I really, really love it. Yes. I really hope that when people come, that they can see how beautiful this play is.
Right. Now, you mentioned the word tragedy, and if you're classically trained, we know about tragedy. Right? Every single play, every single other thing has something to do with tragedy, but there's always, at the end of it, there's always some sort of wonderful, sort of conclusion happening sometimes, right? Right? But you described it so beautifully.
Did you just say that there's always a beautiful conclusion sometimes?
Yeah, I did. Okay?
Okay.
AI can't capture that. That's like human imperfection that you can't get with AI.
Oh, no. I actually appreciate that train of thought,
Okay, thank you very much.
I already said it on the show, I'm always right sometimes. You see how that works?
Yeah. Thank you. We see each other. Anyway, but no, that's great. And honestly, I appreciate, and I didn't mention like the admission, the tickets, adults are $60 and students get $40, and then you have a festival. $30, and then the festival pass is $150, correct?
Yes.
Like,
for all the shows.
For all the shows. Like, that's absolutely amazing to see students' great work and to really take this in. So, Nyssa, tell us about Country Duppy.
Okay, so unlike Azaria's piece, my own is a bit more comical. I am doing a Jamaican folk play. Country Duppy is a Jamaican folk play. It revolves around this village called Bmobile, right after the death of old Mammy McIntosh. And if you know anything about Jamaican folk and folklore, the 𝗕𝗞𝗧𝗛𝗙 is also known as like a spirit or a ghost in Trinidadian folklore. So basically there's this story about Mammy's 𝗕𝗞𝗧 that is running around Bmobile village. And all sorts of things starts going wrong. From the last day of her funeral, the coffin falls and they say her 𝗕𝗞𝗧𝗛 escapes, and there's a whole lot of stories behind her will and who she left her will for, because she left her will under somebody named Goody, and nobody in the village knows who this Goody person is. Right. So one of the characters assumes the role of Goody to collect the will. So it is a very comedy, very funny, very bacchanal galore.
Don't give it all away if it's not meant to be given away.
Of course not. But that's why I didn't call the character's name.
No, but the whole aspects of the 𝗕𝗏𝗑𝗏. 𝗕𝗏𝗑𝗏, right? Sorry, I don't have it in front of me like you. The whole aspects of the 𝗕𝗏𝗏. Is it implied to be a spirit, but we're never certain, or so it kind of leaves it up in the air?
I guess you have to come to find out.
Pay your 150. I apologize.
I didn't realize that my co-host is secretly Jamaican all this time.
Oh wow! Pay your 150 and come the show for me, please. All right. But great. So I love that your two stories are just total opposites in a way. Well, I mean, you have a little bacchanal in your show too.
Yeah.
When there's love and tragedy, there's always a little bacchanal somewhere.
There's somewhere.
No, I think one player will be bacchanal, one player will just be drama.
As Nyssa said,
pay your 150 and come and see. Pay your 150 and come and see. Now this festival of plays this happen. Now this festival of plays, y'all are directing the plays, right? This is out of a course or something like that. I believe this is out of the director to directing to course. From going from on stage to act out, because you all would have done a festival of scenes last semester, right?
Last year.
Last year.
Right, and you would have obviously acted in those scenes, correct?
No, we would direct those scenes. Yeah, we would, yeah.
Or you would direct
So we
scenes.
Acted for production 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we directed for directing 1 and directing 2.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
What's that? I always like to know, what's that difference between, what was that experience like between being on stage acting and then being behind the scenes directing and telling other actors what to do?
I feel like it differs from person to person.
Okay.
For me personally, I've been told that I'm a pretty good director. I've been told. But I've also been told I'm a pretty good actor. But I direct,
For the actor.
For the actor. So there are different types of directing. There are directors who are more actors, directors, and there are directors who are more just, this is what the script says, and this is what we're gonna go with. So they are more like dictator type directors who kind of like, this is what the script says, this is what I have in mind, and this is what I'm going to go with. And then there are directors who are like, I'm going to let the actors read the script, have their own perception of what is happening in the script, and then let them go with whatever.
That's interesting, because I want to take this moment really quickly for a shout out. We recently had their graduations, and the Faculty of Humanities and Education valedictorian was Joshua Lamy Ramsden from the theater unit. Yeah, we had him on the show, him and Giovanna. We had them on the show, and I asked him the same question, and he basically said the same thing that she said, where it's like there are directors that are for the actors that allow the actors to just kind of do what they want, because you're also coming from the perspective of acting versus a director that just, as you said, directs each thing. Do you sort of find that experience as well with directors?
For sure. I think at a point in time, being a dictator director is a good quality because sometimes actors need someone to really show them the way in that sense. But it also really is important for allowing your actors to visualize this role, whatever role that they do, become the role and imagine so many outcomes for the role that they can project into the scenes itself.
So would it be better to say that ideally you should have an understanding of both, because at some point you might have to rein them in. It's like, hold on, we're going so far away from the story. If I let you go, we'll actually run away. We can't go back now to where the script has to finish, right? But the flip side is, and I guess this is where, you know, on films you see improvisation, maybe little things like, I'll wear this, so I'll have this quirk, or I'll say it quite this way. I think Tarantino said, after Brad Pitt delivered a line a certain way, he couldn't hear the line any other way after that point. And he didn't think about it that way, right? So
the actor director kind of leave room for that sort of thing.
Yeah, like, so for example, me personally, I tell my actors all the time, I tell them, I say, give me 100 and let me bring you back down to what exactly I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say, give me everything you could possibly give me. And then let me say, okay, let's bring it back down to this. Maybe not, or yes, I love it.
Yeah, the artistic is actually easier to do the most and then come down as opposed to put the absolute least and then have to add on
when you
afterwards.
say the most, is it what some might consider overacting where the energy is big, or is it also just like putting so much details into it that you're making it complex? It could be both.
Whatever is the most for the person, the scene itself, yes. So it could be little minute details that the person puts into that specific character, or it could be them overacting and doing all of these things, doing too much in that sense.
So I have, this is a thing I'm curious about. Now, from what I understand, theater you do need to be a bit more animated than, say, TV and film, right? Because the medium, you're watching from a distance, right? But as directors, do you prefer actors who are more subtle in their performances or more grand and big and loud in their performances?
It depends on what grand means, what they present as grand, I guess.
There is some roles that require you to be performing at a level where you are very much grand and big and over the top. But there's also roles that that you have to pay attention to psychology, how people move, how a certain character moves, how if this character is experiencing a lot of pain, analyzing whether if it's like a mental health disorder, a physical ailment, what is going on within them, and portraying that on stage in itself. So that in its entirety can also be big to the audience, because you're not necessarily overdoing it, but you're showing the audience something that is real. In society, I would say.
And I feel like all good actors are versatile. You can give subtlety, but you can also give grandeur. And I feel like it genuinely just comes down to the character and to the scene and to the play that you're doing. So some characters need a lot, especially with the type of the genre. If it's children's theater, you have to be a bit more big. You have to be a lot bigger because you're performing for children. Because, like, for example, for me, I did children's theater for my directing one, and it was a lot bigger, a lot more grander, as well as it is depending on the type of director you have and the type of production that you're doing with the director. So I might want my actors to be a bit more big because I'm doing comedy. Azaria might want that.
It looks like she doesn't want to. So that's interesting. That's from the director's perspective. Now I just want to switch back a little bit from your perspective as actors, right? What are the extremes where it becomes, because you mentioned the dictator director and then you mentioned the director for actors. The director for actors, what is the extreme where it's like there's so much for the actors that it's not working for the player, and versus the dictator where there's so much of a dictator that it's not working for the player? What sort of qualities and what sort of experience does that? Where do they, either side of it, kind of should draw the line?
For example, I always come back to our director for production too, Mr. Taylor, Mr. 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗛𝗥𝗧𝗏. He was the perfect mixture of both.
Yeah.
Like, big up 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗏. Everywhere he stands.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, he is the perfect mixture of both. When we needed to get serious and we needed to lock in and focus, he was like, hey, time to lock in. And when it was time for us to just experiment and do what we needed to do, because part of the production was our own scripts that he added in, that he allowed us to experiment with.
Right.
So he was like, there were parts where he was like, okay, you're the writers, however, I'm the director. So it's like, I understand, however, this is what I see for it as the director.
It's just a reminder of basically know your place. But that's interesting.
But quick, have you all ever had projects where you or your peers as directors might have different visions that were equally valid and equally practical with the script? And did you all get a chance to like, not just identify that, but to actually play it out and to see how it looks? I guess that would be a teaching point, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Well,
Even for other shows that is outside of DCFA, but going back to production, too, with Mr. 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗛𝗥 on the line, we were allowed to explore whatever it is that we wanted for our scripts, but at the end of the day, the director still has that call to say, okay, well, I would prefer this, I would prefer that, but it was always a room where we're able to do this or do that, perform to whatever we want in that sense.
So there's a space of let's try it and see if it works.
Let's try.
And if not.
Yeah, because initially we wrote our own scripts in semester one. So semester one we wrote our own scripts. We gave it to him. We improvised it. We blocked the scenes, and he was like, okay, well, this could work, that could work, this can't work, this can't work. And then we put it all together in semester two.
Right. Okay. All right, no problem.
And sometimes what happens too is that, like for Nyss's play or for my play and with 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗏, we learn from each other in that sense. So it was really, really beautiful. It was a magical time.
So what I'm hearing from what you all are saying, like there's a level of collaboration between fellow directors, fellow actors, fellow set designers, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
It is, and that's something that you can't get from AI. You cannot get a team effort from AI, okay? Right. Absolutely not. But it's great because like none of us are islands in what we do. As a musician, behind every song, there are like 5-10 people behind it. It's not just the artist that sings it. There's also the musicians, the producer, etc., behind every the graphic designer for the album cover, right? And with stage, with theater, and you see multiple actors on stage, but with every set that you see, every clothing item that you see, there are at least 5 to 10 people behind all of those pieces as well.
As directors, have you all had to input that as well?
So the difference, that's the difference between directing one and directing two. So directing one, you kind of do everything by yourself. Directing one, you don't really have a team behind you. You're just directing a 30-minute scene, and you have to pick a space in DCFA and find a space to put the scene.
Your set,
costume, everything. You will get time to go and look for your set pieces and look for your costume pieces and everything, but you do everything by yourself. In directing two, you have a stage manager, set designer, costume designer, everything. You have a whole team behind you because it's an hour.
These are all fellow UE students in their respective disciplines.
Yes. So there's the tech students and the production 1A students.
There's always inter-unit sort of collaboration, theater, music, dance. There's sort of. Right. So just as we wrap up, if y'all could just let the audience know what the name. Tell us about your plays again. What is the name of your play, and where can we get tickets and all of those things. So.
Hi everyone. My play is Constellations by Nick Payne. It's on Saturday the 22nd of November and it's 6 p.m. My play is about love. It's about one relationship and infinite possibilities. It's about life and it's about appreciation with no regrets. And you can get those tickets at DCFA. There's a number that you see on the flyer right now. You can email DCFA at dcfa@sta.ue.edu. It's $60 for adults and students it's $40. So come out.
Of course. Nyssa?
And my play is Country Duppy by Ashton Cook. It is a Jamaican folk play. It is duppies, drama, and deceit. And my own is on the Friday, which begins the festival, Friday the 21st of November. As well as on the Saturday, we also have Abigail Seaford Leslie, who will be doing Dorothy's Challenge, a celebration. On the Sunday, we also have Brianna Worm, who will be doing Smile Orange, and Leah Solomon, who will be doing Flight Through Fantasy.
All right, thank you.
Each with their own team of student
Yes, with
actors and
their
production.
Yes.
Well, there we
By
go.
amazing directors.
Amazing directors. They are great friends of ours, and it will be amazing. So looking forward to seeing you all at the festival.
Of course. DCFA. I can't say it on TV. I can't say it the way you usually say it on TV. And I'd have to be a little, have to have some decorum.
Some sort of objectivity now.
I love you.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks. Thanks so much. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Technically, you can't get objectivity from AI.
You know what? That's enough. All right. Nyssa, Azaria, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much
not
for
a
having
problem.
us.
Always ready to put a platform for my DCFA colleagues. All the time.
We'll see you soon again.
Of course. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful day, Trinidad and Tobago. Mark Anthony Peter, Sean Michael Small. This has been Breakthrough right here on WESN Content Capital. See you next week. Bye-bye.